Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver. Today is September the 22nd, 2021. And, I usually don't go racial on my videos. I think there is no real racial issues in America, but there are some Democrat issues in America. Right now you got the border is wide open for Mexicans and South Americans because of the Biden administration's love for new voters. But they're closing down for other people. Did you know that? There are other folks that can't get in through our borders. Did you know that? The Democratic Party has always been a racist party. They have always been a party of hate. They've always been the party of division. They've always been the party against prosperity. They are the most hateful group of people in America. The party, the leadership, the philosophy of the Democratic Party is pure evil. And we try to compromise with evil to make evil better because we see evil every day. We see Democrats acting every day. We see them attacking our very principles, our core beliefs every day. And we don't see righteousness. We don't see God because we don't stand up. We don't give anybody a second view of what reality is. So all the public sees on TV and radio and sports and business on Facebook and YouTube, everything they see is evil because Democrats, the philosophy of the Democratic Party is control and evil. So today you have tens of thousands of people on the border trying to get into America, and Democrats are walking them in, giving them shelter, giving them water, giving them and bringing them in and spread them around the whole country, including the red states, to weaken your vote. Because certain people, poor people, vote Democrat because they take care of them. They provide for them like a sheep herder to sheep. But there's some people in this world who come in with the ability and the willingness to work hard and just test the system to themselves and become successful. And those people the Democrats do not want. Here's a photograph that a good friend of mine. Thank you, Mr. Harris, for sending me this mock-up. 1821 to 2021, Democrats chasing down slaves, black people, and beating them. And below, the Democrats are roping Haitians at the border to take them back to Haiti. So why are they against Haitians? Well, they're not. They're against potential Republican voters. You see, black Haitians are ambitious. Black Haitians are family-oriented. Black Haitians come here to build a family and build a community and take care of themselves, which means they don't want to be taxed. They don't want to be regulated. They don't want to have government intrusion on their life. So they tend to vote Republicans. And now you see Democrats do not want these people in. It looks like it's a black and white thing. But the same thing with the Cubans. The Cubans come to America to work hard and to build a family. They're Christians. They believe in God. They believe in freedom. And Democrats don't want them here either. They want poor South American, hear me closely, folks. They want poor South American Indians, not Mexicans. They don't want the Spaniards here. They're already here. They crossed the border because they own businesses here. They're already here. So what they want are poor people going on welfare. They don't even care if you come in and get on welfare and then go back to Mexico and get your debit check deposited every month to stay in Mexico. They don't care about that because you're going to vote for Mexico too. The Democratic Party is evil and diabolical. Haiti. I want you to give this video to every black Democrat you know. You challenge them on something. You challenge them. Why are you supporting the party of hatred to your people? Why are you supporting the party of slavery? The party that went to war to end slavery was the Republican Party against the Democrat Party. The Republican Army invaded the South to destroy the Democrat Army, raping and murdering black people. And you black folks are still supporting your master. It's like the prostitute supporting the pimp. Why are you supporting the party that owns every ghetto in America? Every ghetto is owned by Democrats. Not one Republican ghetto in the United States. And the worse off you are, the worse ghetto there is, the more support you give to the party of slavery. And you won't know why your children cannot read and write because you put them in those slave training camps called public schools. And they are teaching them not to read and write. They don't even care about reading and writing. Every magazine that caters to us, from Black Enterprises to Ebony Magazine, only has photographs and a caption. Jet Magazine, photographs and a caption. The most popular thing in Jet Magazine is the beauty of the week. big butt black women captured. You got black enterprises. The biggest advertisers are liquor and cigarettes. They're catering to your disaster. And it's foolish to continue to support your demise. Why are you supporting the party that's always, every black shooting you had a riots on last year? We're Democrat-controlled neighborhoods. Why is that only in Democrat-controlled neighborhoods that black people killing each other? You see the emotional cry about COVID and the children that are dying. You hear the tearful eyes of doctors with masks on saying, it's terrible what we're doing to our children. Get the shot, get the shot, get the shot. 207 people, kids, died of COVID last year. Over 300 black children died in Chicago of shots. Gunshots, not vaccine shots. So you tell me something, black America. You tell me something, you cool Democrats. You tell me something, you black Democrat pastors misleading the people of God in your churches. You want more of that? Over 300 kids died in Chicago of black-on-black crime in a Democrat-controlled district, a Democrat-controlled city, in a Democrat-controlled state. You tell me, folks. You tell me what's mean and what's violent, what's vicious. Look at this photograph, chasing black folks down on horses. Do you know your history of Haiti? Haiti is one of the premier reasons black people are free today. Haiti. And you would not learn that in school because you got behind in a slave training camp. But Haiti was the only slave colony. The only slave colony where the slaves rose up and overthrew the master and took over the country. That demonstration, those African warriors put on Napoleon, then Spain and England fought back. That army of African warriors showed the black folks 700 miles off the coast in Florida and Georgia, showed those black folks there what fighting for freedom was about. And when they defeated Napoleon, folks, they defeated Napoleon, his best army, 20,000 of his best troops, and his brother-in-law general, Leclerc. Guerrilla warfare at its finest. They so frustrated Haiti. Haiti so frustrated Napoleon that when Thomas Jefferson and James Monroe went to France to buy the city of New Orleans, the city, he was so frustrated with those Africans in Haiti that he sold them the entire Louisiana territory for $14 million. And our history declares Jefferson as a great negotiator. It was those black Africans in Haiti that cut up his coffee supplies, that cut up his coffee profits, that tied up 20,000 of his troops and his navy in that little island of Haiti. They gave us the Louisiana territory. And then you see those black slaves in Georgia and Florida who saw that, heard about that. And you had 150 slave revolts the next few years. 150 slave revolts when slaves in Georgia and Florida started burning down their doggone masters' homes. White folks couldn't sleep at night because those slaves had enough of Democrats. Today, after we destroyed the South, after we destroyed the Democrat army, you got Negroes still in school praising the Democrat slave master. You got the slave overseers in our black community standing there representing Democrats, being elected to Congress and state reps by your own vote, bruising your people in your face. No jobs, no facilities, no schools, zero schools. You'd be better off burning the schools down and getting your butt at home. Why are we still continuing to take this misery and death upon our communities? So ask me, black folks, why would any black person support Democrats? Why would you even look at them? Why would you know them? They're the most hateful racial group in America. They hate everything about you. We should be honoring Haiti. We should be welcoming them here to our country. What they did for us need our perpetual thanks. They brought the heart of freedom to Americans. And 100 years later, when they found themselves free of Napoleon, we marched to freedom right after them. Those slave revolts were inspired by Toussaint Louverture and other Haitian leaders. How dare us stand here and watch these Democrats chase down those black folks on horseback? How dare us stand here and watch this? It's time to rise up, folks, and resist this nonsense. They are killing us, and they treat us like dogs. Look at that photograph. All they want is freedom. And Democrats know that they will vote for freedom, and they hate freedom. You get your copy of the book on my website, leavetheplantation.org. Let's organize and get together. Let's stop this mess. It depends on us. It depends on us. Nobody else but you and I can do this. Have you had enough yet? If you had enough, join us and leave the plantation. Don't stay on the plantation. Don't try to make it better. Don't try to make it easier. Leave the doggone plantation. And let's get our folks free, because, folks, no one is free. Unless all of us are free. It's just Mason Weaver.